Most recently 4. But they are back home tonight after a 5-game road trip. They begin a 5-game homestand here tonight.
You just haven't played enough basketball. This is the one you can take advantage of all day. There's no way he's shooting his three-point shot a lot more confidently.
Now again, he's wearing that mask, suffered the broken nose on New Year's Eve, and that's DeAndre.
Play for each other. Listen, it's hard to come back off the road trip and be right into it, Chris, but you have to.
Pacers just have 18 road games left of the 41 on the schedule. Bridges scores. Good defense by Turner. Running is Bogdanovich.
Really good pass by Thad. Collison hit Young in the back of the head. Watch it. Oh, boy. He got the pass through. Because Nate McMillan was...
15 games, they've scored 100 or more points, averaging 114 in that stretch. And Bogdanovich has scored the first 3. He's shooting 45% from behind the arc. He's dropped now to 8th in the NBA. And here's Oladipo ahead to Bogdanovich. And Young got it on the behind the back. Milton is the rookie out of USC, operates at the point. That's Booker.
Well, he's gotten better at that. What had been his limit, his range.
Oladipo was down there on 8, and 8 gets it.
Shoots it off the baseline, Chris. He barely had control of the ball.
And the Pacers stats, he's been highly efficient. Shot nearly 50% from the field, and that's a nice pass. Bogdanovich to
try to take that one, but it's a good pass there by Bogdanovich.
Loose ball picked up, and Thad Young always in the right over 5 times. Good defense, better shot.
About is anticipation, and that's what Victor did quite well. He anticipated that one.
Phoenix anticipates, and now Jackson drives it home.
Already been felt. And JJ said he doesn't have a block because there's a good deflection there by Collison, but because you're aware of him, somebody else can get a block.
And Corey Joseph in the corner hits a 3. Scored 11 points off 8 Phoenix turnovers. Domantas Sabonis and Corey Joseph out there for the first time as Warren hits the jumper. TJ
one going when young man traded from the Wizards.
And for a second 3 is Corey Joseph. Pacers have all 5 bench players out there now, led by Joseph and Sabonis, as Domas coming in off.
The thing that's been impressive about it, Chris, it's been as much as really quality shots, and it's been really solid defense.
From Washington in the trade for Trevor Ariza. And Evans, another basket.
He is so big and strong. Because you got to assume they won't continue to make those, so you got to take advantage of keep those going.
Joseph, free throw line.
He's feeling it. I'm telling you. You can tell he was fit. You were good. You were good. I got to take the heat for that one.
Oubre. Evans to the rim, lays it in, and Tyreek Evans.
6 games. Is he's turning the corner on more occasions and look to pass the ball. And I think that's one of the things that opened it up
for the NBA. Shot clock down to 7 and
great
wide open.
Pass.
And now AC for 3. And it was tipped out to Holmes. And now Oubre. This time.
The Pacers haven't played since Friday, so you got some fresh legs.
And Sabonis from mid. Collison has shot better than 50% recently for Indiana. He got off to a very slow start, and Ayton spin.
I said, do you guys talk a lot during this season? He said, no, hardly at all. Nate's always focused on his team. I talk to my mom 3 or 4 times a day. She never stops calling it.
In November when the Pacers won. Ayton. Boy, that's a strong move.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
Booker.
In the West, they're the worst in the West. You got to make sure you control the pace.
That's why we said at the beginning of the night, they have won on the road at Boston. And
Denver is the best team in the West. I know most people think Golden State, and I think that's a fair statement. But Denver.
Time after missing 3 games with back spasms. Now Bogdanovich in the corner, and a 3 is perfect.
That's a
Oladipo. Driving is Turner, the basket, and a foul.
It really obscures your sight and therefore your balance. Well, that's a tip. Partner, you and I are going to have to talk, most assuredly.
That's the one thing he can do.
It's playing with other players. Because he had to, look at Miles running and jumping and getting layups. The 70 points that he scored implies that everybody has to play with him.
That's the last thing you wanted. And Oubre dunks it. You turn it over, and that lead slips to 11.
To make it difficult for Aiden to make a shot.
I think Aiden thought he was going to have an easy basket. And here is Turner, fights and scores.
Seen as much as anybody. Plays a lot more like Victor than Darren.
Collison turns it over. He was trying to get it inside to Turner.
Wow.
And now Warren scores.
Well, that's a really good job. So you can see the activity. You can see what Miles Turner, more importantly, brings to the Pacers table. He's a great, gracious host that let Booker throw up some garbage.
And now Turner for three.
Yeah, that's got the activity of Young, and you've got the talking and the communication in the back by Turner.
And TJ Warren nearly hit the rim, but Ayton got the rebound, and Turner had a block on it. We were at the half, 62-51. Collison a three.
Bad pass.
And the Pacers get another look, and it's Collison. The defense, they have it bottled up, and Collison's going to go for two more.
But that's why, because
He's there to provide a rude welcome to whoever comes into the Pacers' house. Not always racking up the block shots, but is affecting things on that end. And on offense, he's
Only 1 point advantage at 79-58. Kelly Oubre Jr. has come back in and hits the jumper. Approaching the halfway mark of the third quarter, it's an 18-point Pacers lead. They lead at 79-60, and this guy has it going and adds 2 points. Scored 7 points. He has 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and he finds Bogdanovich for 3 more.
I'm telling you, it's like 50% chance to make a three-pointer.
He has his 13th 20-point game of the year. Oubre. First time this year, nationally televised on TNT. Basket by Jackson. Pacers are going the first 9 minutes of the quarter with all 5 starters, and Thad Young rolls it in. Another double-figure game for Young. That's 18 of 19 since December 1st.
Energy that the starters have brought to the table, so they're going to do a better job here. I think they play slightly big with Domas and Miles on the floor.
Pacers push it up. What a quarter for Darren Collison. Evans slides in and tipped in by Sabonis.
Play 30 minutes. But I expect, I would expect that to come, because I think he's played better.
Okobo.
No way.
Holmes the offensive rebound.
Put his security blanket back in the game.
Yeah, Thaddeus Young getting ready to come in. And Joseph is a pretty good security blanket as well.
Why is it a good play? Because he needed to be rewarded. Because he's rebounded and done a lot of good things and hadn't gotten a shot. Evans comes up with the loose change. He's had a hard time getting on the floor, but Chris, we've watched him in practice, and he's shown that he can get some really good things done there. There's just so many good players ahead of him.
And they're doing what you would want them to do, and I think the response in coming back home after a long road trip. And now Evans, a 20-point night. Much. How does Troy Daniels get on the floor for them when he can make shots like he can?
He really can't get on the floor because the guy is considered. I thought at the end of the trip, guys had the chip on their shoulder a little bit, a little tired, still able to get the victory in New York. Alizé gets that 3-point. All I see is, I thought Nate was going down to see Jamel. Yeah, there he is. He's going down to see his son. I wanted to see if he was going to go down there. He better, because his wife is just to there.